everyone, my name is Anna, and alongside my colleagues, Lesley and Alex, we reflected on the development and delivery of a collaborative PGT program, the MSc in Science Communications. So what is an MSc in Science Communications? Let's start with the program itself and our main aims. We designed this program with the aims to develop skills related to communicating science to the general public. We also want to ensure that students gain an understanding and skills in interdisciplinary work and copyright and IP law. We want them to gain skills on how to create content for different outlets in writing and also with audio. But the main focus is in ensuring that employable skills are obtained. Our program runs over 3 semesters, third one being the project. So for this talk, we'll focus on semesters 1 and 2, as these are where the collaborations take place. The program has 6 courses. Scientific writing focuses on interpreting literature, and it ensures that all students are on the same page from the start of the program for the following courses in terms of understanding scientific papers. They also learn about science journalism, generative AI for science communications, digital media, public engagement through the course Science in Public Spaces, and evaluation of engagement, but also medical communications. You can see that each course has a strong focus on different sets of skills that employers may look for upon graduation. The symbol on the right denotes the existence of collaborations with internal and external partners. I want to reinforce how these assessments can create real-life situations for the program, and students can gain experience creating what would be something that would be expected for potential jobs. So we have a range of assessments that were created in partnership with collaborators that reflect tasks from their employment. For example, science journalism, we worked alongside Gemma Milne in creating assessments that are related to what a technology journalist would do. We also have a collaboration with Katie Roberts from the Content Engine, and as such, the social media assessment represents what is done on a day-to-day basis. But the students also work with the ARC here at Glasgow University in developing activities for the Spring Fling. And further to this, Ashfield and Allegro Medical have created 3 assessments that are routine tasks in employment within their firm. It is worth noting that every single assessment on this program aligns strongly with the graduate attributes and builds on all these parameters. Students become subject specialists, they develop an investigative mind, become independent and critical thinkers, they're resourceful and responsible and effective communicators. We hope these will also build on their confidence, help them become adaptable, experienced collaborators with ethical and social awareness while reflecting on their contributions. So why do we engage with the external collaborators in the first place? Sure, they help us create good assessments, but what's beyond that? So for a start, they provide an expertise beyond what we as academics might be able to offer. In academia, we may have a good grasp of science communications, but we'll never be able to offer knowledge to the level of those who are on the job. As people on the job of interest, they may also have more knowledge of real-life scenarios, and they can impart that on the students. They can also provide career advice and discuss application processes, but more importantly, they may be potential employers or connect students to available jobs. In terms of co-creation, they can help staff build real life-based problem-solving examples, such as the assessments that I mentioned before. So why did we engage with external collaborators in the first place? Well, it has a lot to do with the learning and teaching strategy from the university. We're working collaboratively across staff and student communities, and international partnerships comes in quite strongly. We also want to transform the curricula and assessment by embedding approaches to program and assessment design that foster creativity among students, promote problem-solving approaches as well. We also wanted to ensure work-related learning opportunities for students were provided with regular engagement with employers and increased provision of opportunities, and that was at the forefront of our program. We have a range of external collaborators in different roles and more beyond these shown here on the screen. From Jamie Gallagher, a science communicator, Dominic Hind, climate change journalist from Allegro and Ashfield that I mentioned before. We have a lot of collaborators that provide content for us. Highlighted are the 3 collaborators who have a slightly bigger role that we'll talk about next. So to organize ourselves, we created two types of collaboration: course content delivery and delivery of specialized sessions. Course content delivery partners are external partners that deliver the majority of course content. This can be 6 hours or more usually, and they are responsible for creating the materials and delivering the sessions themselves. The topics to be covered in each session are agreed with the program staff prior to course delivery to ensure that it conforms with the ILOs and prepare students for the assessments. The staff tends to be present in most sessions, and we do the assessments ourselves and provide feedback as well as run formative feedback activities for the students. Again, we've got Gemma, Katie, Allegro, and Ashfield in these roles. Then we have delivery of specialized sessions. These are collaborators that are invited to deliver a specialized session within a course, usually is a 3-hour slot or less of teaching, and the collaborators are responsible solely for their session materials and delivery. And that's where we have many, many partners, from Jamie to Sophia Galler-Smith to Materia Communications and so on. But we also have internal collaborators. We believe it's really important to foster relationships with other teams at the university and to engage with their work. And as such, our students are offered the opportunity to work with the ARC engagement team through contributing to their communications, promotion of events and activity delivery. We also have a collaboration with the GIST, the student-led magazine. We have two magazines, Biological Sciences Reviews and Physiodyssey, who open calls for our students to submit articles. And we also work alongside the Glasgow Science Festival, again, where students can opt between doing communications or they can deliver activities. The programme offers unique networks for the students and staff alike, not routinely offered, which not only enhances the student learning experience, but also supports learning and impacts the L&T culture at the University of Glasgow. These collaborations only reinforce graduate attributes. So the part we're all waiting for, what have we learned so far? So things that work well for the specialized sessions are the single sessions from external collaborators demonstrated possible careers after graduation. Students also appear to engage with the content and could ask questions about how they could seek jobs. The content contained real life scenarios and presented problem solving cases that otherwise wouldn't be there. From an observer's perspective, from sitting in the room, I thought the students seemed to engage quite well and interact with speakers with regards to the content. In terms of full content, course content delivery, the course was delivered in more depth than it would have been if it was our team, and the content was based on more real life scenarios. What could be better though? In terms of the specialized sessions, sometimes the sessions don't flow well from one to another due to the rotating staff. The content can also become repetitive due to the lack of knowledge of what has already been taught by others. And as such, it can come across as a bit superficial sometimes. And so sometimes we had to add extra sessions to then cover the missing content. In terms of course content delivery, sometimes there was a disconnect between the content and the assessment, and the students can become quite confused about who the main contact is for academic issues. The lessons we took from the first year: it is important to curate the content for each session of the course with external contributors. Ensure the content and assessments are more constructively aligned with the ILOs. Formative feedback and assessment related sessions should be taught by GU staff involved in marking. To ensure fairness of marking, it is advisable that staff members attend sessions taught by externals so that they engage with the content in the same manner as the students. Collaborators and staff should work together on assessment rubrics to ensure that everyone's on the same page. Assessment, as per academic collaborations guidelines, should be done by GU staff solely. Be prepared to alter the timetable as much as needed. External partners can bring experience academics will not have, and clear communication is key. So I would like to leave some tips for anyone wanting to engage with collaborators. First of all, establish contact quite early. Review the timetable and the content for the sessions at least a month prior. Make sure we're both on the same page. Develop assessment rubrics with course delivery collaborators to ensure that everyone's on the same page again for the teaching and what needs to be included in the content. Keep communication open and don't be scared. Thank you all so much for listening. Here's a contact if you want to forward any questions to me. Thank you.